Hi, I just want to go over my sources for my paper. All of them were found on the Gwinnett Tech link to Galileo or opposing views. So I used the research tab in, I just forgot the name of what we use, Blackboard, to get to my sources. So I'll show first. I used a book called Are Overweight Children What Parents, Schools, Communities Can Do to Control the Fatness Epidemic? Here, I read a decent amount of the book to find something that I liked to use and to sort. And I can pull up yeah, so here on my works cited. This is not the MLA format. This is just where I linked them as I found them. The next one is this fat phobia is the last culturally acceptable bias article. You can see I found it from the opposing viewpoints from Galley. It was really good. I used, amongst other things, the definition for fat phobia from this article. Life is different if you're fat. It's a book, like an online book. It's EBSCO, the BESCO, which comes from when you're looking at Galileo and then click into like an online book or whatever. And so this is what it looks like. You can see the introduction, the epidemics, bodies, poor get fat, rich get thin, big targets, life is different if you're fat, no easy answers, further reading, etc. And it was cool. It was actually a really, really, really cool read. Essentially what I did was I printed off all of these articles or books or whatever, or chapters that I found really interesting, and went through and highlighted and took things that applied to what I was, comparing or contrasting in the paper. So this is an article called Perceived Weight Discrimination in Obesity. This was from Galileo as well. I took the citation from itself. Basically, just information. So this was a study of people that were older, some already obese, some not obese, some that would become obese later in the study. And it tested like how concerned they were about becoming fat. And so it was like people that had a propensity towards obesity and people that were at risk or not really at risk of being fat, and what their concerns were. And it was baselines over, like there was a baseline and then there was like testing over time. So that's what you see here. What their weight was, who became obese, who remained obese. And basically their weight discrimination had been well documented, and they stayed fat if they experienced weight discrimination. Had a really large sample. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed reading it. Yeah, so that was number 4. Tackling social isolation could be more effective than healthy eating for obesity. This was my favorite of all of the stuff that I read. Because it was the one that was like, okay, so weight discrimination's happening. It's predictable. It's not working. It's not like people aren't taking responsibility for their weight. Like, what does work? And it's tackling social isolation, like beating that stigma, compassion, self-compassion, compassion for others. And it's like a way forward, which I really appreciated and took to heart in my article. So yeah, viewpoint essay, not an article, I guess. Article essay, I'm not really sure. Yeah. Oh. And then the MLA citation. Yeah. So, yeah, those are my 5 sources. I found them all on our, English 101 research tab of Blackboard. Some of them were Galileo, and the rest of them were opposing viewpoints. I was looking for opposing viewpoints. Anyway, so I hope this answers any questions about my articles. I did my best to cite them. This is something I was really stressed about. It caused a lot of anxiety. I've cited things before, but it didn't matter what the format was. So yeah, I didn't know how to in the essay cite them either, like, in this paper or in this book or etc. Or do I just put the page at the end, or do I just put it into quotes and then at the very end later on, So that was something that I had a lot of stress about. All right, thanks.